Happy Black Friday, everyone, and I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And if you were out Black Friday shopping this afternoon, you missed one hell of a hockey game. But first, let me set the table a little bit as I always do. It's number 22 of games for this season for the Boston Bruins. They host the New York Rangers, the number 1 seed in the Metropolitan Division. Currently, the Bruins sit third after pulling a stunning steal of a victory away from Detroit on Wednesday night. But the Bruins have won 5 of their last 7, including 4 straight, and they look to finish closing out the month of November in a very strong fashion. They get a tough test, though, as King Henrik Lundqvist will get the start in net. He's been fantastic all season long. Aside from him, the Bruins will go and start Tuukka Rask. This is a very interesting game, folks, and it looks like it could be very fun. And I said earlier, it was fun indeed. We'll take a look at it on the Bruins Recap Show. Couple of side notes before we begin. The Bruins 7-1-2 in their last 10 against the New York Rangers. And starting on the first line, the Bergeron line today, Frank Vatrano, which means handsome Jimmy Hayes now becomes fourth liner Jimmy Hayes. And the Bruins will start off strong as they do in the first period as Patrice Bergeron on the faceoff wins it back to Torrey Krug. Torrey Krug gets a shot blocked, but Bergeron right there and beats the King 5-hole. 1-0 Boston, and that'll be the end of the first period as the Bruins looked great. Fantastic playing in the first period, but that's nothing new to this team. The big issue for this team, closing out periods, closing out games, the second period have been problems. And the problems of the second period, or at least early on, continued as the New York Rangers just beat out the Boston defense. The defense looked horrible on this play. Oscar Lindberg, he gets the goal, beating Tuukka Rask, making it a 1-1 hockey game. A little bit later on, turnover on a face-off as Ryan Spooner tries to clear it out. I'll talk a little bit after I mention who scored. Rick Nash gets the puck, gets a 1-0, beats Tuukka Rask, makes it a 2-0. However, from multiple recaps, multiple reviews of the play, it looked like the puck went out of the zone, which would be an offsides. Interesting no challenge by Claude Julien. I would have challenged it. I think it was challenge worthy. It looked very, very close. At least close enough in my mind to garner a challenge. But that's neither here and there. Again, Claude Julien, no challenge. Later on in the period, though, the Bruins finding their legs and the number 1 power play in the league gets going. Brett Connolly on the power play will tie the game as Miller will fake the slap, big slapper, passes it over to Connolly, and Connolly with a nice wrist shot, and it is a beauty. 2-2, we go into the third period as the Bruins answered the rush of the New York Rangers and made it a little bit better. The end of the second period, a lot better than the beginning of the second period. So to the third period we go, and this is where I throw my hands up in disgust as Marchand will get carted off for a goaltender interference penalty. On a side note, Brad Marchand, not only does he lead this team in goals, he leads this team in penalties. And a lot of these are just weird. Why are you calling this? Because Marchand has a reputation in the league. So, anyway, Dan Girardi all over the back of Brad Marchand. Where was he supposed to go as he was trying to get to the front of the net to get a deflection on a shot? And Henrik Lundqvist looked like he got shot from a cannon as he barely gets touched and just flops like a fish. I'd expect that shit from Carey Price, not Henrik Lundqvist. So, I don't know what Wes McCauley or where Wes McCauley expected Marchand to go, but it leads to a power play goal by Keith Yandle as Yandle blasts one through Rask that bounces off the post, bounces off his back. 3-2 New York on the power play.
Bullshit!
Later on, though, with about 3 minutes left to go, the Bruins find themselves on the power play, and Torrey Krug will take a shot, blast it, the rebound finds its way. It might have gone to Bergeron. It might have just found its way to Ryan Spooner. Either way, Spooner gets the puck, and redemption as it wails King Henrik right in his face mask and bounces in the net. 3-3, Ryan Spooner.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
And later on, still within about 2 minutes or so to go, and David Krejci will find the puck. It shoots it from the point, blasts it off. I think it went off Matt Zuccarello of New York. Travels through everybody, finds its way into the back of the net. 4-3 Boston here. The New York Rangers will get an empty net chance, and they don't do anything with it. The Bruins will win this here in an entertaining game nonetheless. 5-game win streak for Boston. Let's go to the 3 stars of the game. Star number 3 with 2 assists in the game, Torrey Krug. He's been playing great, especially on the power play, because the power play is the best in the league right now. Star number 2, Ryan Spooner with a game-tire goal. And star number 1, the game winner, David Krejci. This is the final game of November for the Bruins, as they are off until Wednesday, the 2nd of December, where they will begin a road trip through Western Canada, and they'll take on the Edmonton Oilers, and old friend GM Peter Chiarelli will make that the only bit of interest. We'll see you then on the next Bruins Recap Show.